Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for sticking with us as we've gotten you ready to listen in to this official swearing-in ceremony for Austin's new police chief. Chief Joseph Chacon will officially be welcomed into office at this ceremony. Let's listen in now as City Manager Spencer Cronk opens up the event.
Guard Pipe and Drum Corps provides the presentation of the colors, followed by the national anthem sung by APD Officer Jelani Johnson. And please remain standing until after APD Chaplain Rick Randall speaks. Thank you all very much.
And out.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good afternoon. Could we join together in prayer? Heavenly Father, we are gathered here this afternoon to inaugurate the leadership of your servant Joseph Chacon as chief of the Austin Police Department. The Bible says that human beings make our plans, but you, God, direct our steps. You've told us in your word that all authority comes from the Lord. So from these words, we realize it is you who raises up leaders to guide and instruct us, to reveal to us the path you would have us to follow. We thank you for the strength of character and the devotion to duty that you built into Joseph Chacon, that he has demonstrated that throughout his career. We're grateful for the example of integrity and kindness that he has been for all of us. We are aware, Lord, as is he, that he cannot carry out this mission apart from you. So I ask today that you would give him 3 gifts to characterize his tenure as chief over this department. First, Lord, give him compassion. Give him a heart that sees not just the problems, but the needs of both those he leads and the members of this community. When tough stands must be taken, God, help him to take them in a context of empathy and understanding. Second, give him confidence. Remind him every day that you have raised him up to this position. Strengthen him, Lord, when he has doubts and when adversities threaten. Remind him that it is not by might nor by power, but by your Spirit that he leads. And may he know that he stands in this position as your chosen instrument. And third, God, give him courage. At times when taking the stands you call him to take, when that means that there seem to be few who stand with him, remind him he is surrounded by men and women of equal courage and conviction who are ready to support him in doing the things you have called him to do. God, I ask these gifts of compassion, confidence, and courage be renewed in Chief Chacon each day. I also ask you to bless and protect his family, for they too have been called to a unique place of service and sacrifice. Protect them against the wounds of criticism and complaint. More importantly, bless them with your grace and maintain your loving presence so that their home is a refuge and a shelter and a place of refreshment for the journey ahead. Chief Chacon, today you're taking on not just the responsibility for over 2,000 employees of the Austin Police Department, you're also picking up the legacy of 158 years of law enforcement in this city. As I pray this prayer, I am mindful that the men and women who forged this legacy are silent but unseen witnesses to this moment. On their behalf, I speak over you the words of the prophet Micah from the Hebrew Scriptures, who said, "He has showed you, O man, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God." May the Lord bless the words of this prayer, and may you feel his anointing on you as you assume the place of his calling. Amen.
You may be seated. Mayor, council members, judge, chief, distinguished guests, it is an honor to be with you here this afternoon. And as you all well know, the decision to select the next chief of police to lead the Austin Police Department was a very important decision. We needed someone who would be able to lead our city's police force with innovative ideas, focus on community relational policing, build trust and transparency in the community, instill trust in the workforce, achieve results, and someone who is willing and able to lead the department in ways that result in equitable outcomes for all Austinites and visitors. And after listening to the community and working directly with Chief Chacon over the last few years, it was clear that he was the right person for the job. Yes. With more than 28 years of law enforcement experience, he has served in many roles, most recently as interim chief of police. Before that, he served as assistant chief for the department's Central Patrol Bureau, which includes the Downtown Entertainment District, specialized patrol functions such as mounted, parks and lakes, walking beats, and APD special events and emergency management units. He also managed the department's Special Operations Division, including SWAT, bomb squad, K-9 units, airport operations, and supervised APD's special response team. Chief Chacon has worked most of his 28 career in investigations, either as a detective or supervising in the homicide, robbery, sex crimes, child abuse, and special investigations units, as well as the organized crime division. He has served as patrol commander in North Austin and as the department's intelligence commander before being promoted to assistant chief in 2016. He has built strong partnerships with law enforcement across our region, as witnessed here today, as we have so many of our partners in the audience, including during his time as director of the Austin Regional Intelligence Center, a multidisciplinary fusion center located in Central Austin, whose area of responsibility encompasses 10 counties in the Central Texas area. Chief Chacon has also developed relationships nationally, serving on the Major Cities Chiefs Association Intelligence Commanders Group, as well as the executive board of the National Fusion Center Association. He's a graduate of the University of Texas of Arlington School of Urban and Public Affairs, where he earned a master's degree in public administration. He received his bachelor's of applied arts and sciences from Midwestern State University in Wichita Falls, Texas. Now, all of that describes his professional experience and expertise, but I also know that he cares deeply about the community and helping everyone, no matter what their circumstance is. In that regard, Chief Chacon is committed to community involvement, and one of his passions lies in the development and care of special needs children. He spent time as a coach and mentor in the Miracle League of Austin, an adaptive Little League baseball organization, and continues to volunteer with the Special Olympics Texas. He is on the International Association of Chief of Police Torch Run Committee, an anchor organization committed to Special Olympics. But it's in my time working with the chief, it became evident that he takes great pride in serving our community and working alongside all of the men and women of the Austin Police Department. Being a public servant is a noble profession, and to all the first responders here today, those that run towards danger and not away from it, thank you. I'm incredibly excited about the knowledge and expertise of Chief Chacon and what he brings to this role, and I look forward to working with him as our Chief of Police. Chief, thank you for your service, and congratulations. I'd now like to bring to the stage Mayor Adler to say a few words. Mayor?
Thank you, Manager Kronk. I always have to fix the microphone when I walk up after him. It's an absolute honor to be here today to help celebrate the swearing in of Chief Joseph Chacon. Chief, I would first off by offering you the advice that no matter how much you love your children, the decision to try to wake surf with them is a bad idea. Sorry, I'm a little slowed this morning. And clearly from the description that the manager read, you have years of experience and knowledge, had a huge impact on this community. But I'm here today, joined by my colleagues on the council, Councilmember Tovo, Councilmember Kitchen, Councilmember Fuentes. For me, making this choice and casting this vote was one of the easier votes that I've been asked to make on the council. Not only because of the list of experiences that the manager just went through, but because you have so deftly negotiated your time as interim chief in this city. Being a police officer is a hard job. It's especially hard in this day and time in our country. Being police chief is a hard job. And some say especially true in this city. But I want you to know that this city council and this community respect and appreciate our police officers, and we are here to support you and the force in any way that we're able. And you have done such an incredible job so far of negotiating the waters in this city We haven't always agreed on everything, but you are the police chief, and it is in you that we trust our community's safety, and it is with confidence that we put you in this position. Please ask us for whatever support you need. Know beyond any shadow of a doubt that this council is here to support you and our force. Congratulations, Chief Chacon.
Thank you, Mayor. Now it's time to begin the pinning of the badge on Chief Chacon. His wife, Yvette, will pin the badge on him today, just as she did when he was commissioned with APD almost to the day 23 years ago. Yvette and Joe have been married for 25 years, and together they have 3 daughters, Krista, Kaylin, and Elena. Yvette.
You're again watching the swearing-in ceremony happening for Austin's Police Chief Joseph Chacon. Let's listen back in as the pinning ceremony is about to begin.
Can everybody see?
How about come over here? Ma'am?
Come to the center where the lighting.
At this time, I would like to introduce the Honorable Dana Blasey, the 167th Criminal District Court of the 167th Criminal District Court, to administer the oath of office. Judge Blasey has served as the presiding judge of that court since January 2021. She is a lifelong Texan and resident of Travis County for 35 years. Judge?
Okay. Want me to hold it? Please raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Joseph Chacon,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially discharge
that I will faithfully and impartially discharge
and perform all duties
and perform all duties
incumbent upon me
incumbent upon me
as a police officer of the City of Austin,
as a police officer of the City of Austin,
according to the best of my skill
according to the best of my skill
and ability,
and ability,
agreeable to the Constitution,
agreeable to the Constitution,
the laws of the United States,
the laws of the United States,
and the state of Texas.
and the state of Texas.
I further solemnly swear
I further solemnly swear
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
to the demands for truth and honesty
to the demands for truth and honesty
as established by my profession
as established by my profession
and the Austin Police Department.
and the Austin Police Department.
I will devote my efforts
I will devote my efforts
and skills
and skills
to the honorable profession
to the honorable profession
of policing
of
and to the service of the neighborhoods
and to the service of the neighborhoods
and individuals of this community,
and individuals of this community,
the City of Austin,
the City of Austin,
so help me God.
so help me God. Mayor, if you thought that you had to lower the microphone after Spencer talks, I want to take a moment to thank Jelani Johnson, who sang our national anthem. Thank you, Jelani. And if you were wondering who the wonderful young lady that was accompanying him from the audience, that was my daughter, Elena. Well, good afternoon. Buenas tardes, and thank you to everyone for being here today. I am so honored to be standing here as your police chief. I want to thank City Manager Spencer Cronk, Mayor Steve Adler, the council members. I know that some of you were sitting in the back row there. Councilmember Ellis, Councilmember Alter, I see you. And Mayor Pro Tem Harper Madison, thank you for being here as well. To our police, fire and EMS employees that all showed up, my executive staff and command staff is here, as well as many members of our department. And there's so many other city employees that have been so supportive in my bid to become the next police chief. I also want to thank Judge Dana Blasey for swearing me in. I've known Dana for many years. I have a tremendous amount of respect for her, and I'm honored that she would take time to be here with me today. I want to offer my greatest gratitude to my wife, Yvette. Without her, I would not be standing here today. Yvette, your amazing love and support has carried me, not just during this time as the interim and now permanent police chief, but for our entire marriage and this career. You inspire me every single day, and I love you more than you know. My daughters, Krista, Kaylin, and Elena, I love you girls. Thank you for always supporting me. My son, Clayton, and Ian, thank you. And my mom, brothers, sisters, aunts, cousins, nieces, nephews, I owe you a debt of gratitude for being patient, forgiving, kind, and loving as Yvette and I have taken this journey. Today represents the culmination, a capstone of a career of public service and law enforcement for me. I feel like the time has truly flown by, almost 30 years with 2 large police departments. I was a young kid in El Paso, Texas in 1992, as you've seen from the photos today. I had an incredible head of hair and this truly bewildered, eager look in my eyes when I joined the El Paso Police Department. I moved to Austin in 1998, joining the Austin Police Department, and it was a move that defined my career and in many respects, my life. I've worked in a variety of assignments over those years and have had the most amazing career. A wise person once said, "Find something that you love to do and you'll never work a day in your life." That's been my experience in police work and with the Austin Police Department. So recently, my niece Madison and her boyfriend, Michael, came over to the house, and Michael said, "Hey, Chief, you have any good cop stories?" My initial reaction to that was, "No, nothing too interesting, you know, just boring administrative stuff." And my wife Yvette was sitting there, and she said, "Joe, tell them about the time that, oh, and then remember the story? Oh, and you have to tell them about this other time too." And I proceeded to rattle off cop stories for the next 2 hours. It's funny how much stuff you forget until you're reminded, and I had some good stories. Michael's eyes widened as the stories went on. I won't repeat them here. That's for another time when adult beverages are involved. But it made me reflect on the amazing career that I had been privileged to have had. And I think that Michael wanted to hear about the quote-unquote cool stuff, like car chases and foot chases and suspect interrogations, things like that. And all of those stories are fun to reflect on and bring some good laughs as well. But the ones that really affect you deeply are not the cool stuff. Rather, it's the calls that officers handle all the time, like helping a victim of family violence out of a helpless situation, like performing life-saving measures on someone who has just collapsed and saving a life, like getting kids out of an abusive household. In other words, when you help someone in need, sometimes when they are in the darkest time of their life, and the officer can be that beacon of light and hope. As I begin my tenure as the Austin Police Department's Chief of Police, that is going to be part of my vision, to ensure that our officers are the beacon of hope for our community, that I help to build that relationship of trust and accountability, the way that the community interacts with and feels about their police department. I want our community to know I am listening. I want to be responsive to all stakeholders and segments of our amazing city and ensure that no one feels mistreated or marginalized in their actions with the police. I want them to feel secure and safe for themselves and for their families. And I want to make sure that the police department builds relationships that last, that are meaningful, and that are transactional. Police officers leave a lasting impression and mark on all those that they interact with. And my goal is to ensure that is as positive as it can be. I've been blessed to have had many wonderful mentors in my career, and I want to build a legacy of mentorship that will transform into leadership throughout the organization. In closing, I say my final word of gratitude and thanks for the hardworking men and women of APD, both sworn and civilian. I am incredibly proud of you, and I'm proud to be your chief. I will work every single day to support and empower you, and I know that you in turn will provide amazing service to this incredible city. A todas las partes de nuestra comunidad latina, les doy las gracias. Gracias por su apoyo, fe y confianza. Y prometo hacer de este un departamento de policía para todos. Dios te bendiga y gracias. God bless you all, and thank you.
Congratulations, Chief Chacon. Thank you all for joining us on this special day, and you can stay up because we're going to mingle and have some treats in the auditorium area right outside the door. So really enjoy, and thank you again for being here.
Vamos a hacer una fiesta.
Will Dupree in the KXAN Live studio. As we conclude that ceremony, we welcome into our city a new Austin Police Chief, Joseph Chacon. The ceremony there honoring him as he takes that position, leading the department, saying that he wants interactions with the community and their police to be positive ones as much as possible, promising to listen to people here in the community. And we, of course, will continue to cover all the developments with the department and other city government and the leaders, but today this is a celebration of Chief Chacon. You can read more about his career and the process that it took for him to become named as police chief over on our website, kxan.com, and on the KXAN News app. You can download that on your smartphone right now if you haven't done so already. We want to thank you all again for watching. I'm Will Dupree here in the KXAN Live studio. We'll see you back here another time. Please, everyone, have a safe, fun weekend. Enjoy Halloween. We'll see you back here next week. Take care.